Hidden in the misty hills of Weston, West Virginia, stands a place where time feels frozen, and every shadow might whisper a forgotten story. Welcome to the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum, a towering fortress of stone that looms like a Gothic ghost over the Appalachian landscape. Once a beacon of progressive mental health care in the 19th century, its echoing halls now stir with something else, something otherworldly. This isn't just a building. It's a labyrinth of sorrow, secrets, and spectral sightings. From the soft cries of former patients to flickering lights in empty rooms, many say the asylum has never truly emptied. The spirits here, they've stayed behind. So whether you're drawn by curiosity, haunted history, or the thrill of the unknown, you've found the right place. We're about to unlock doors that were never meant to be opened, revealing tragic tales, chilling encounters, and the darker side of human care. Grab your flashlight. Take a deep breath. You're about to step into one of the most haunted locations in America. Welcome to the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum. Construction of the asylum began in 1858, just before the American Civil War. Designed by architect Richard Snowden Andrews, the hospital followed the Kirkbride Plan, a 19th-century treatment philosophy that emphasized moral therapy, fresh air, and sunlight. It was intended to be a place of peace and order for patients with mental illness, offering humane treatment in an era when mental health was poorly understood. The main building stretched over 1,300 feet, with walls made of hand-cut sandstone. Completed in 1881, it was meant to house 250 patients. The architecture was beautiful, and for a time, the grounds were manicured and serene, a far cry from the prison-like facilities common in other states. But peace did not last. As mental illness diagnoses broadened in the early 20th century and the stigma against the mentally ill persisted, the asylum began to take in more and more patients. By the 1950s, the facility held more than 2,400 patients, nearly 10 times its intended capacity. Resources dwindled, and staff were stretched thin. The serene promise of recovery gave way to neglect, abuse, and despair. Patients often suffered in silence. Some were committed for conditions we would hardly consider psychiatric today: depression, alcoholism, epilepsy, or even postpartum struggles. With overcrowding came underfunding, and the facility became a grim warehouse of human suffering. Treatments grew increasingly brutal. Lobotomies, electroshock therapy, solitary confinement, and restraints became routine. The therapeutic goals of the Kirkbride Plan were lost in the shadows of undertrained staff and poor living conditions. By the 1980s, the asylum's reputation was in tatters. It finally closed its doors in 1994, leaving behind peeling walls, rusted beds, and whispered voices from the past. The Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum isn't just a decaying monument to forgotten minds, it's a pulse point of the paranormal, where the veil between this world and the next seems dangerously thin. Its haunted reputation has grown with every footstep echoed in its long-abandoned corridors. Paranormal investigators, thrill-seeking travelers, and ghost hunters from around the globe come here not just to explore, but to connect with the unexplained, and many leave with chilling stories they'll never forget. The asylum resonates with energy that refuses to die. Disembodied voices often drift down from the upper floors, screams of agony, whispers that sound too close for comfort, or desperate cries that vanish into the dark. Some visitors report seeing shadowy figures darting just out of sight, moving through the halls with uncanny speed. Doors open and slam shut with no warning and no visible cause. And then there are the cold spots, temperature drops so abrupt and intense that they send shivers through the most skeptical spine. Among the most well-known spirits is Lily, a young girl believed to have lived and died within the asylum. Her spirit reportedly plays in the children's ward. Guests describe hearing soft giggles, seeing toys move on their own, or watching balls roll across the floor without a single breath of air to guide them. She's a gentle soul, but her presence is unmistakable. Yet, not all who linger here are so kind. Darker forces reside in the shadows, entities that scratch, shove, or choke unsuspecting visitors. Some investigators have even reported temporary possession, sudden, unexplained rage, sorrow, or paranoia that fades the moment they exit the building. The Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum is a place of echoes, of pain, of play, and of something sinister that refuses to let go. The Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum is vast, and its many wings each carry their own dark imprint, but some areas are so charged with supernatural energy, they stand out even among the most haunted corners of the building. Ward F is among the most terrifying. Once home to the asylum's most violent and disturbed patients, the air here feels thick with residual rage. Paranormal investigators report deep, animalistic growls echoing through empty rooms. Objects are said to fly off shelves without warning, and lights often flicker or shut off completely, even when the power is steady elsewhere. This ward is a place where fear feels alive and watching. The Civil War wing holds a more historical kind of haunting. Originally constructed as part of a Confederate military post, this area has a somber, heavy atmosphere. Visitors have seen apparitions dressed in 19th century military uniforms, pacing silently or standing watch in the shadows. Some believe these spirits are long-dead soldiers who never left their final post. The morgue and medical center bring a chilling dose of medical horror. Many patients met their end here, some from botched procedures, others from neglect. Visitors often describe an overwhelming sense of nausea or sudden dizziness in this area. A few have fainted, while others report the sensation of being watched or followed. And then there's the lobotomy room, a space where unspeakable treatments took place. One investigator claimed to have lost an hour of time after spending only minutes inside. The room exudes such a powerful energy that many who tour the building refuse to even step across its threshold. Each of these places tells a story written not in ink, but in the cold fingerprints of trauma, lingering grief, and the restless dead. The Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum has been featured on Ghost Hunters, Ghost Adventures, and Portals to Hell. Each team has recorded compelling evidence of electronic voice phenomena, unexplained movements, and direct communication with entities through spirit boxes and other tools. One striking moment came during a live lockdown investigation, when the team captured a full-bodied apparition moving across a hallway. Another saw equipment violently thrown off a table moments after asking the spirits to give a sign. In many cases, skeptics walk away changed. Today, the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum has transformed from a place of confinement to a destination for exploration. Open to the public, it offers a rare opportunity to step inside a piece of living history, one that refuses to rest quietly. History tours are available for those seeking insight into the asylum's architecture, evolution, and the practices that shaped psychiatric care from the 19th century onward. These tours walk guests through preserved patient rooms, treatment areas, and administrative halls, painting a sobering picture of how far mental health care has come and how far it had to go. But for many, it's the ghost tours that hold the greatest allure. Daytime ghost tours are designed to be accessible to all ages, but don't let the sunlight fool you. These experiences are packed with eerie stories, personal accounts of paranormal encounters, and access to rooms known for unexplained activity. It's a chilling journey into the asylum's darker legends. For the truly brave, overnight investigations are the main event. From dusk to dawn, participants are free to explore the building's most haunted areas, using professional tools like EMF detectors, spirit boxes, and thermal cameras. It's not just a tour, it's a night immersed in mystery. During the Halloween season, the asylum transforms into an immersive haunted attraction, complete with costumed actors, themed mazes, and spine-chilling theatrics. It's part history, part horror movie, and entirely unforgettable. Whether you come in search of truth, terror, or the playful laugh of young Lily echoing through the children's ward, one thing is certain. At the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum, something lingers. And it's waiting. Beyond the paranormal, the asylum stands as a symbol of how America has treated the vulnerable. What began as a beacon of progressive care descended into a nightmare of systemic failure. The spirits that remain real or imagined seem to echo the sorrow of those who suffered, forgotten by the world that was supposed to heal them. By preserving the asylum, the new owners have ensured that this chapter of American history is not erased. Instead, it becomes a place where visitors are challenged to remember, to feel, and perhaps to listen. The Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum is more than just a haunted house. It's a living echo of history, sorrow, and the supernatural. Its Gothic spires and endless corridors are not merely architectural marvels. They are vessels of memory. Each creaking floorboard, each whispering draft, each flicker of shadow holds the weight of a story once lived, once lost, and perhaps still lingering. Some stories are tragic of patients misunderstood and mistreated in an age that lacked compassion. Others are terrifying of spirits that still roam, unwilling or unable to leave the place that defined their final days. But all of them are unforgettable. The asylum is a place where history refuses to stay silent. It speaks in the language of chills down your spine, in unexplained noises, in fleeting glimpses of someone just beyond the veil. And if you ever find yourself wandering its haunted halls, remember, you are not alone. Whether in spirit or in memory, the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum still breathes, still watches, still whispers. Thank you for joining us on this eerie journey through one of America's most haunted landmarks. Stay curious, stay brave, and as always, listen carefully to what the silence might be trying to say.